Good morning, guys. It's your boy Rich here. Today in this video, I am going to be doing another video today. So today is the start of 2024. So happy 2024 to all of you guys who are out there. Today I want to do something special for this year. As you know, 2023 has been a huge success. I'm hoping 2024 will be exactly the same. I'll admit there will be some growing pains, like working and all that stuff, but there's a little bit of an upside to it, getting paid is one big upside, and that's a really good one, because, getting paid is important, and I could do YouTube, at that time. So today, I'm going to be doing something special. Now, today, I am currently going to be talking to you guys about a hypercar. Now, I have done these before, in the past. They've been awesome. I've just seen in a bunch of my videos. I talk about supercars and hypercars and all that stuff, many times, So today, I'm going to be talking to you guys. I'll be talking to you guys about one special car that I considered it to be the best. And this one was always been my favorite one. Here it is. What you're looking at is the 2005 Porsche Carrera GT. There we go. Sorry, I apologize. I have been coughing for over a month right now. This is ridiculous. A month. Can you imagine that? It's just insane. This is dumb. Anyways, before I start, make sure you guys like this video, subscribe, comment below what you guys think, hit that notification bell, and hit all so you are alerted of when I make new uploads, brand new fresh uploads for 2024, for the official start of 2024. Sound like I'm in a documentary or a commercial. I literally sound like I'm in a documentary or a commercial. For those, you get paid money, which is pretty good. So without any further ado, let's get started. So it's over 3 minutes approximately. Let's do it. Alright, Porsche Carrera GT. Here we go. The Porsche Carrera GT project code 980, because I think only 980 were made, I don't know. It's a mid-engined sports car, well, supercar technically, that was manufactured by German automobile manufacturer Porsche from 2004 to 2006. Sports Car International, or SCI, Sports Car International named the Carrera GT number 1 on its list of top sports cars of the 2000s, and number 8 on its top sports cars of all time list. Said number 8 on its list of top sports cars of the 2000s. So Sports Car International named the Carrera GT number 1 on its list of top sports cars of the 2000s, and number 8 of its top sports cars of all time list. For its advanced technology and development of its chassis, Popular Science magazine awarded it the Best of What's New award in 2003. Next is overview as usual. So let's do it. Sorry, my throat is dry and I'm not feeling that well. Well, I'm okay, but keep coughing and it's just killing me. I have to force it out in order to stop doing it, but it's not helping me at all in any way. Anyway, let's move on. So overviews next. Well, first, so here we go. Overviews first, so here we go. Manufacturer is by Porsche AG. Production is from 2004 to 2006. Assembly is in Leipzig, in Germany. The designer is Jason Hill for the concept version, and Harmalagai. I can't really say it that well, but he's a. Here it is. Can you guys see that well? This is the guy. I was a Dutch automobile designer for the production version. Next up, we got body and chassis. The class is a sports car. The body style is a two-door Targa Roadster. The layout is longitudinally mounted, rear mid-engine and rear-wheel drive. Powertrain is next. The engine is a 5.7 liter Porsche M80/01 DUHC dual overhead cam, naturally aspirated V10, which was originally designed for like racing on the track, but they put it into a road car. Power output is literally insane. 450 kilowatts, 612 PS, 603 horsepower, but in reality it would be like 612 horsepower, which is pretty good. It also has 435 pound-feet, 435 pound-feet, 590 newton meters of torque, which is pretty good. Transmission is a 6-speed manual. Can't get one with automatic, you only have to have manual. That's totally fine by me. 6-speed manuals are always cool. Dimensions is next. The wheelbase is 2,730 millimeters, 107.5 inches. The length is 4,613 millimeters, 181.6 inches. The width is 1,921 millimeters, 75.6 inches. The height is 1,166 millimeters, 45.9 inches. Rounded up is like 46 inches in total. Curb weight. It's only 3,042 pounds, 1,380 kilos. It's pretty light. It's much lighter than the it's much lighter than its rival, the SLR McLaren. The chronology is next. Its predecessor is for two cars I talked about one time. First up is the predecessor. This predecessor is the Porsche 911 GT1 Straban version. Which I talked about. Let me see where. I know I got it here somewhere. Yep, talked about 2 months ago. And its successor is the Porsche 918 Spider. Which I talked about. Let me see where it is. I know I have it somewhere, but where? Right. Oh, there it is. Talked about 10 months ago. Here it is. So if you guys want to see it, feel free to check it out. So chronology, predecessor Porsche 911 GT1 Straban version. The successor is the Porsche 918 Spider. Alright, so now we got the history. Let's do it. The development of the Carrera GT can be traced back to the 911 GT1 and LMP1-98 race cars. I click on it and it's Porsche WSC95, which is this one right here, which looks like a Radical, which no problem at all with this. Like a Radical SR3, I think? I don't know. So yeah, history. The development of the Carrera GT can be traced back to the 911 GT1 and LMP1-98 race cars. Due in part to the FIA and ACO rule changes in 1998, both designs had ended. Porsche at the time had planned a new Le Mans prototype for the 1999 season. The car was initially intended to use a turbocharged flat-six engine, but was later redesigned to use a new V10 engine, pushing the project back to planned completion in 2000. Say in the year 2000. The V10 was a unit secretly built by Porsche for the Footwork Formula One team in 1992, but later shelved. The engine was restructured for the Le Mans prototype. Porsche did keep part of the project alive by using the 5.5-liter V10 from the prototype in a concept car called the Carrera GT, shown at the 2000s Paris Motor Show. Mainly in an attempt to draw attention to their display, surprising interest in the vehicle, and an influx of revenue provided from the Cayenne, the off-road Porsche, helped Porsche decide to produce the car, and development started on a road-legal version that would be produced in small numbers at Porsche's new manufacturing facility in Leipzig, Germany. Porsche started a production run of the Carrera GT in 2004. The first Carrera GT went on sale in the US on the 31st of January 2004. So it was at the end of January, almost the start of February 2004. So yeah, US on January 31st, 2004. Originally, a production run of 1,500 cars, well, 1,500 cars was planned. However, Porsche announced in August 2005 that it would not continue production of the Carrera GT through to 2006, citing changing airbag regulations in the US. By the end of production on May 6, 2006, more than 1,270 cars had been sold, with a total of 644 units sold in the US and 31 units sold in Canada. In the UK, 49 units, almost 50 units were sold. Next up we got is design. The Carrera GT is powered by a 5.7-liter naturally aspirated V10 engine rated at 450 kilowatts, 612 PS, 603 horsepower. Well, technically it's like 612 horsepower. Whereas the original concept car featured a 5.5-liter version rated at 416 kilowatts, 566 PS, 558 horsepower. Right up is close to 560 horsepower. That's like almost the same power as a Lamborghini Gallardo LP560-2 and a Ferrari 458 and a Mercedes SLS AMG. So you have 416 kilowatts, 566 PS, 558 horsepower. A road test in June 2004 by Car and Driver magazine showed that the car can accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3.5 seconds, 0 to 160 kilometers an hour, 0 to 100 miles an hour in 6.8 seconds, and 0 to 209 kilometers an hour 0 to 130 miles an hour in 10.8 seconds. The official top speed was 330 kilometers an hour. Say 330 kilometers an hour. That's 205 miles an hour. The Carrera GT was initially offered with 5 basic colors: Guards Red, which is my favorite one, Fayence, which spells F-A-Y-E-N-C-E, yellow, Basalt Black, which is spelled B-A-S-A-L-T, GT Silver Metallic, and Seal Gray. Custom colors were later available from the factory. A traditional 6-speed manual gearbox is the only available transmission. The Carrera GT had large side inlets and air ducts to help cool the large V10 engine, framed by the carbon fiber rear hood. By the carbon fiber rear hood in the back. Fitted with Porsche's latest carbon fiber reinforced silicon carbide ceramic composite braking system, which is C-SIC. It's basically a development of pure carbon fiber that uses silicon carbide with carbon fiber. Silicon carbide is a hard chemical compound containing both silicon and carbon. Silicon carbide with carbon fiber. It's slightly denser than pure carbon fiber and thought to be more durable. It can be used in the brakes, in the rotors and pads of high-performance road cars. The first car to use it was the Mercedes-Benz C215 Coupe F1 edition. It's standard on the Bugatti Veyron and certain cars like Bentleys, Ferraris, Porsches, Corvette ZR1s, ZR6s, and Lamborghinis. They're also offered as an optional upgrade on certain high-performance Audi cars, including the D3 S8, B7 RS4, C6 S6, and RS6 and the R8. The material is not used in F1 because of its weight. Carbon brakes became widely available for commercial airplanes in the 80s, having been first used on the Concorde supersonic transport. A related non-ceramic carbon composite with uses in high-tech racing automotives is the carbon titanium composite used in the Zonda R and Huayra supercars made by the Italian motorcar company Pagani. Carbon fiber reinforced silicon carbide ceramic composite braking system. The 15-inch 380mm SGL carbon brake rotors are fitted inside the 19-inch front and 20-inch rear 5-spoke alloy wheels. Similar to other Porsche models, such as the 911, for example, the GT includes an electronically operated rear wing, which deploys at speeds above 113 kilometers an hour, 70 miles an hour, which is the limit in the UK for the motorway, 70 miles an hour. The interior is trimmed in soft leather. A Bose audio system and a navigation system were standard. In typical Porsche fashion, the ignition is preset to the left of the steering wheel, so it's on the left side, not like on the right where most cars would have it, but usually on the left, which is kind of weird, but it's kind of interesting. It's kind of cool. So in typical Porsche fashion, the ignition is preset to the left of the steering wheel. This placement dates back to the early days of Le Mans racing, when drivers were required to make a running start, hop into their cars, start them, and began to race. The placement of the ignition enabled the driver to start the car with the left hand and put it in gear with the right. And also we got the basic colors available from the factory. So we've got 5 colors, basic ones, which you can have, or it might already be there. So the first one is Fayence yellow, So we got fans yellow, guards red, basalt black, seal gray, and GT silver. And custom colors from the factory includes white, and we got blue. Don't know which ones they are, but they're from the factory. Next up we got is technical specifications. The engine is first, the layout is longitudinal, rear main engine, rear-wheel drive layout. The engine type is a 68-degree V10 aluminum block and heads. The code is 980/01. Valve train is DOHC dual overhead cam. Chain driven, 4 valves per cylinder, 40 valves in total. Variable valve timing on intake camshafts, sodium cooled exhaust valves. The bore and stroke is next, 98 millimeters by 76 millimeters, 3.86 inches by 2.99 inches, or almost 3 inches rounded up. And Nicosil, that's basically a trade-marketed electrodeposited lipophilic nickel matrix silicon carbide coating for engine components, mainly for piston engine cylinder liners. So piston engine cylinder liners. Says and is Nicosil coated bores, forged titanium connecting rods, and forged pistons. The displacement is 5.7 liters. The compression ratio is 12:1. Rated power 450 kilowatts, 612 PS, 603 horsepower at 8,000 RPM. Maximum torque is 435 pound-feet, 500. No, I figured for this year, I've used pound-feet too many times, so I figured, I want to go with something for my country, because in my country we use Newton meters and kilos, so I figured I want to respect Europe, and I want to, because I'm a European, obviously, but I speak an American accent. I figured, I'm going to, for this year, 2024, I'm going to go with Newton meters and kilos as well, and all that stuff. So maximum torque is 590 Newton meters, 435 pound-feet at 5,750 RPMs, which is 5,350 RPMs. Specific output is 78.493 kilowatts per liter, which is also known as 105 horsepower per liter. The power to weight ratio, or the weight to power ratio, is 3.23 kilos per kilowatt. And I figured I'll also use the kilos more instead of like pounds, because as a European we use kilos as well. So weight to power ratio is 3.23 kilos per kilowatt, is 5.31 pounds per horsepower. The red line is 8,400 RPM. That's pretty good. And now we got transmission next. For the clutch, we got a twin plate ceramic dry clutch, which is also known as a PCCC or PCCC, which stands for Porsche Ceramic Composite Clutch. Gearbox type is a 6-speed manual transmission. Sounds good, because that's the only gearbox that there is for that car. Next up is the body. The tank capacity is 92 liters. Cargo volume is 76 liters, 2.7 cubic feet. The maximum payload is 180 kilos, 397 pounds. Ground clearance is 3.4 inches, 86 millimeters. Dimensions is next. The length is 4,613 millimeters, 182 inches. The width is 1,921 millimeters, 76 inches. The height is 1,166 millimeters, 46 inches. The mass for the weight is just 1,380 kilos, which is 3,042 pounds. So the body, tank capacity 92 liters, cargo volume 76 liters, 2.7 cubic feet. Maximum payload 180 kilos, 397 pounds, almost 400 pounds. Ground clearance is 3.4 inches, 86 millimeters. Dimensions is next. The length is 4,613 millimeters, 182 inches approximately. Width is 1,921 millimeters, 76 inches approximately. Height is 1,166 millimeters, approximately 46 inches. For the mass, for like the weight, is just 1,380 kilos. So that's 1,380 kilos, which is 3,042, which is 3,042 pounds. The track width is around 1,612 to 1,587 millimeters, which is 63 to 62 inches. The wheelbase is 2,730 millimeters. So 2,730 millimeters, 107 inches. The drag coefficient is 0.39. Fuel consumption for the 2004 model, EPA, for the EPA rated city highway kind of stuff, is 9 mpg in the US, 26 liters, 100 kilometers is like 11 miles per gallon. Well, 15 miles per gallon in the US. So 11 is for like imports. So 15 mpgs for the US, 16 liters, 100 kilometers. For, it says IMP, I believe that's import, so it's like for the European and Japanese regulations, I think it's like 18 mpg. So 16 liters, 100 kilometers, 18 mpg. It's okay-ish. Because supercars these days do tend to have like the worst mpg, depending on which one it is. And how it's built, and how it does great for fuel and all that stuff. For the range is 388 kilometers, which is 241 miles. And the tank in gallons is 24.3 US gallons, 92 liters. And I think in Europe and Japan, I think is like 20 IMP. I think it's import, so it's like 20 gallons. So there was also like NEFZ. What does this stand for? I don't even know what NEFZ even stands for, but I believe it's to do with like fuel and stuff. The fuel consumption is like 28.3 to 11.7 to 17.8 liters, 100 kilometers. CO2 emissions is 429 grams per kilometer. Emission level is Euro 4. So that's for 2005. I've shown you like this before in one of my videos recently, way before 2024 started. So emission level is Euro 4. Estimated range is 516 kilometers, 321 miles. So for Automotor und Sport test, for the max is 22.5 liters, 100 kilometers. Same 100 kilometers for average, but it's 19.7 liters. Now I got performance test results. So 0 to 60 kilometers an hour, 0 to 37 miles an hour, is just 2.06 seconds. 0 to, well, it's just like 2 seconds. 0 to 80, 0 to 80 kilometers an hour, 0 to 50 miles an hour in 2.61 seconds. Well, 2.6 seconds. For the 0 to 100 kilometer an hour, 0 to 60 mile an hour test, that's the best one. Its official was 3.9 seconds, but they tested it, it was 3.57. Well, 3.5, 3.6 seconds. So yeah, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, 0 to 60 miles an hour. Its official was 3.9 seconds, but it was like 3.57. Well, 3.5, 3.6 seconds, somewhere around there. 120 kilometers an hour, 0 to 75 miles an hour in 4.3 seconds, or 4.33. 0 to 140 kilometers an hour, 0 to 87 miles an hour, 5.13, well, 5.1 seconds. So 0 to 140 kilometers an hour, 0 to 87 miles an hour, 5.13, well, 5.1 seconds. 0 to 160 kilometers an hour, which is 0 to 100 miles an hour, 6.46, well, almost 6.5 seconds. It says 6.5 seconds almost. 0 to 180 kilometers an hour, 0 to 112 miles an hour. That's what the speed will be limited in Japan, because all Japanese cars in Japan on standard roads are limited to 180 kilometers an hour, which is 112 miles an hour, which is true actually. So 0 to 180 kilometers an hour, 0 to 180 kilometers an hour, 0 to 112 miles an hour, 7.59 seconds. Rounded up, it's just like 7.6 seconds. That's what most hot hatchbacks would do. So 0 to 400 meters, a quarter mile of 10.97 seconds. It's like almost 11 seconds, but it's around 10 seconds, so kind of a 10-second car almost. So 0 to 1,000 meters, 0.62 miles in 19.42 seconds at 284 kilometers an hour, which is 176.5 miles an hour. Top speed is 334 kilometers an hour, which is 208 miles an hour. Its official top speed, though, is 330 kilometers an hour. It's 330 kilometers an hour, which is 205 miles. So 330 kilometers an hour, which is 205 miles an hour. So 80 to 120 kilometers an hour, so 50 to 75 miles an hour in 6.35 seconds in 6 gear, in 6 speed. So it's like the highest gear. So from 5 all the way to 6 speeds. So for the final gear, number 6. So in 6th gear. Braking from 161 kilometers an hour, 100 miles an hour to 0 in 277 feet, 84 meters. Is braking from 100 kilometers an hour, 60 miles an hour to 0, 101 feet, 31 meters. It's braking to it also has another one, braking to 100 kilometers an hour to 0. Wait, hold on. Oh, it's for 60 miles an hour. Ah, there we go. So braking to 100 kilometers an hour. So I apologize. So from 60 miles an hour to 0 is 33.5 meters. Its skid pad is 200 feet, 61 meters. Average G's it has is 0.99. Almost round up is like 1. Sport Auto tested a maximum lateral acceleration of 1.35 G's. Even 1.4 G's was reached at the I'm gonna have to do some translating now.
Schweidenschwanz.
At the Schweidenschwanz section of the Nürburgring Nordschleife, Motor Trend tested 11.1s at 215 kilometers an hour, 133.4 miles an hour for the quarter mile, 402 meters test. So for the track tests, at the Nürburgring Nordschleife, at a time of 7 minutes and 28 seconds. It's like a second faster than an R35 GTR when it was first released. 7.7 minutes and 28 seconds. At the Bedford Autodrome, and 1 minute 20.2. This next one is more interesting. At the Top Gear test track, at a time of 1 minute 19.8, which it destroyed the SLR McLaren at a time of 1 minute 20.9. So 1.1 seconds faster. This is genius. It's in 1 minute 19.8. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Next up we got is technology. It's not much info on technology, but we got one-offs, not much info on it anyway as well. So technology is next. So here we go. Notable technology includes a pure carbon fiber structural skin and subframe produced by A.K.A. Composites Group of Italy. So Italy, dry sump lubrication and inboard suspension. At speeds above 113 kilometers an hour, 70 miles an hour. Again, that's the legal speed limit for motorways in the UK. So above 113 kilometers an hour, 70 miles an hour, the electronically operated rear wing raises into the airstream to reduce lift. The radiator of the Carrera GT is about 5 times the size of that of a 911 Turbo of its time. The car's front and rear suspension system consists of pushrod actuated shock absorbers and dampers with anti-roll bars. And the last one we got is one-offs. And that's the last one. So here we go. In 2013, Zagato, which is a coach building company, the design center of the company is located in Terrazzano, a village near in Rho. I can't pronounce it. It's spelled R-H-O. In Lombardy, in Italy. It was founded in Milan, in Italy, in the year 1919. That was like 105 years ago. From 1919 to 2024. That's just crazy. So in 2013, and that was the year Paul Walker passed away in the Carrera GT, so may rest in peace. In 2013, Zagato introduced the Porsche Carrera GTZ or GTZ, based on the Porsche Carrera GT, commissioned by a Swiss Porsche collector. There we go, from Switzerland. Commissioned by a Swiss Porsche, both collector and former racing driver. So by both a collector and former racing driver. It has a modified carbon fiber body, which is more aerodynamic. The car has the same technical specification as the original Porsche Carrera GT. And that is it, guys. So I'll show you real quick what it looks like. Here it is. It's like the standard Carrera GT, but it's now a hardtop version, so it's a little bit different than the original one. Here it is. I'll show you again. So this is what it looks like. So this is like the original Carrera GT, but with like, it's a little bit different. So the car has the same technical specification as the Porsche Carrera GT. And that is it, guys. So for my next videos, I don't know what I'll do, but I'll find out what I can do for those. Maybe tomorrow or maybe later, I don't know. I'll see what I can do. That'll be it for today. For my next videos, I don't know what I'll do, but whatever I have in mind, I might be able to do it. Who knows? Who knows? So yeah, that'll be it. If you guys like this video, like and subscribe. So like it, subscribe, comment below what you guys think. Hit that notification bell and hit all so you are alerted of when I make new uploads. Alright, I gotta get going. I'll see you guys soon in the next video. But until then, stay safe, have a great day, and have a fantastic start of 2024. And I'll see you guys soon in the next video. Take care, folks. Peace.